Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to JamsinEntertainment. And welcome to the conversation. Just before we get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss the conversation. But most importantly, please share this video. Get the word out there as a community. We can talk about all things that we love. I recently just saw The Batman, and it was a blast. I had so much fun with it. Went out and saw it with my friends. We all enjoyed it. The very first mention that Robert Pattinson was going to be the Batman, I was a little hesitant like most people were because of his Twilight career. But I've matured, and that thought lasted for about a second. Then I saw Tenet. I was like, yes, he can definitely be Batman. Premise of this movie is this is year 2 for Batman. So he's still figuring all of this out. But he's definitely made a reputation for himself. And so whenever the signal goes out, the criminals run scared. It's very satisfying to see that. But that's not how the movie opens up. That's after they introduce the Riddler. He's the first part of this movie. You see through the perspective that someone is looking through binoculars. I thought it was Batman, but then they revealed that it's the Riddler stalking someone. This someone is the mayor of Gotham City. It is such a creepy reveal. The mayor is running for re-election, and he's watching the news about the election. And at some point in the background, you just see the Riddler, but the mayor doesn't know it's him until it's too late. The rest of the movie is the Riddler going after other high-profile individuals in the movie. And it's up to Batman and Lieutenant Gordon to figure it out and to stop the Riddler. So, aside from Mask of the Phantasm, this is the first real detective Batman story we've seen on the big screen. Yes, the previous Batman movies had some detection in it, but it wasn't the entire story. It was just something that Batman did in the movie, not the premise. And it is refreshing to see Batman use all of his abilities in one movie instead of mostly just fighting crime. It's great seeing Batman fight crime, but you get to see that and you get to see him use his brain, because Batman is supposed to be the pinnacle of man. He's supposed to be the best in shape, most agile, fastest, smartest person alive. Now, grant you, he goes up against people that are equally smart, but he's the most well-rounded individual that's human in the world. And then he trains other people to be just like that. Now, you also have Catwoman, and they get to know each other because he's on the case, and one lead takes him to the Penguin, and he's asking the Penguin questions about this one woman that was seen with the mayor. And Selena Kyle is handing off something to the Penguin, and she notices the picture that Batman has, and he notices that she notices, and he follows her home, and that's where you see she becomes Catwoman. And they actually team up because they kind of have a common goal. She's looking for the woman in the picture, and it's just awesome. And one of the cool things about Batman, he has a fantastic memory. Not only is it like a natural good memory, but there are tricks to make your memory better, and he certainly has that. And I figured that's what he was doing when he went to these crime scenes, because Gordon is actually bringing him onto the crime scenes. It's not like Batman comes in before or after. He's being brought on with Gordon. And Gordon is showing like, this guy is not what you think he is. He's actually helping us. He's not just a vigilante. He's more than that. But the other cops don't really see that, and some of them don't want to see that. But there was a thought I had while watching the movie that not only is Batman observing and thinking and retaining the information that he gathers from the crime scene, but I was like, wouldn't it be cool if he was wearing some kind of a contacts that were cameras, but they also had audio? I was right. It is so cool. I mean, they could have done the whole whited out his eyes, and that could have hidden the cameras, but the fact that he's just hiding them in plain sight, genius. It's exactly the kind of tech you would think Batman would have if he's not going to white out his eyes. I mean, yes, that's good for intimidation, but this Batman, he says next to nothing, and he towers over everyone. Robert Pattinson's already tall. He's like 6'2" or something like that. I'm pretty sure the boots make him 6'4", 6'5". Just brings more of a presence to him. And the fact that he says very little makes him even more intimidating, because there are times where people are questioning him, he just gives them a look and just kind of back off. Like, that's Batman. Another cool thing is they don't show the Batmobile off the bat. pun intended. They show him working on the Batmobile. Before that, he's riding a motorcycle all over the place, and what's really cool, it seems like this suit he can get in and out of pretty fast. Now, I know in past iterations of Batman, it's more like a cloth suit, and he could just wear it underneath like a business suit, much like Superman does, and open it up, and there's the bat symbol, and he's ready to go. This, he'll be undercover in the city as like just another person with a backpack. You can imagine what's in the backpack. The other thing I love about this is the style of the movie. Gotham looks absolutely amazing. It looks, I mean, all the Gothams have looked lived in, but this one looks like it actually has age to it. Like it's been around for a couple centuries. There's one part where they show cobblestone as the street. I really like that touch. And the color scheme in this, yeah, it's dark and gray and stuff like that, like a lot of Batman movies are. I mean, there is color in here, but their use of lighting. There is a lot of orange lighting and the red lighting. This is the first Batman where they use like black and red, and it just, those are my two favorite colors. So I really love the lighting scheme that they use in this movie. And the orange they use is for like when the sun is just rising or the sun is starting to set, and it just kind of blankets the city. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Now, the one gripe I have with this movie, I could have used more character. Specifically, more dialogue with Alfred and Bruce. They have some of that, but it's a mixture of Alfred helping him out on the case because the Riddler is leaving him these cards with riddles in them and a cipher, and it's Bruce and Alfred working on the cipher together to figure out what to do next, and then he'll take that to Gordon. They do have some father-son moments, but I just wish I had at least one more scene with them like that. This is definitely the start of a Batman. I don't know if it's going to be 2 movies. It definitely could be a trilogy. I mean, if they really wanted to, they could go on forever like Marvel is doing. Not that I'm tired of Marvel. I still love Marvel. But this is the beginning of a Batman. Batman Begins, if you will. I couldn't help myself. I suggest you see it in theaters before you go out and get it on 4K. Definitely worth it. Those are my thoughts on The Batman. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching and live your imagination.